All right, thanks a lot, Spencer. Coming up, as President Clinton begins today's town hall meeting on race relations, we'll meet a family who learned firsthand the devastation that is caused by prejudice. Good Morning America continues. Today in Akron, Ohio, President Clinton is attending the first of what he hopes will be several town hall meetings to discuss race relations in America. Akron wasn't chosen because it's conquered racial divisions, but because it is trying. Just one example, the city's Coming Together project, which tries to open hearts and minds by opening dialogues about race. In a recent Coming Together essay contest, one little girl captured the judges' hearts with her personal story. ABC's Michelle McQueen met her.
When Sarah Hauderschelt was asked to write an essay on race relations, the 11-year-old had a perspective most of her classmates did not.
Improving race relationships is important to me because it affects my whole family.
Children's lives often change when a parent remarries, but Sarah's world was turned upside down because her new stepfather, Eric, is black.
Was I a good bowler? Yes, you were!
Suddenly, everyday activities like playing with her best friend Shayna became an issue.
She was my best friend until her grandfather found out that I had a stepdad that was African American. My grandpa wouldn't let me come over because he didn't really like black people, African Americans.
Sarah's parents, Eric and Deanne Kirkland, say race was not an issue for them when they began dating. But they soon learned that friends and family in West Virginia did not feel the same way.
I had a lot of people bring that up to me. Was it going to damage her, or was it in her best interest?
We discussed it with Sarah, and we asked, how she would feel. And she never had the problems. It was other people saying to us that, what about Sarah? What kind of problems is Sarah going to have?
Moving from West Virginia to Ohio was hard enough for Sarah, but the emotional distance was even harder. Her grandparents and other relatives made it clear that Eric was not welcome.
My grandma didn't approve of him because he was African American. I'm not allowed to see my aunt, uncle, or two cousins because they don't approve of Eric's race.
I didn't want to get to know him. I think as long as I didn't know him, I didn't have to like him.
Deanne's mother, Doris, admits that she was devastated when Deanne and Eric became serious. But time and prayer have changed her perspective.
I knew it was something that I was going to have to accept. If I didn't accept it, I was afraid that I would lose Deanne and Sarah both. And so I decided that I was going to get to know Eric.
For Sarah, her grandmother's blessing was important, not just for herself, but for her baby brother, Derek. She hopes that he will never know the pain of losing friends, and most of all, family, because of race.
I want him to know that everybody is the same, no matter what the color they are.
For Good Morning America, I'm Michelle McQueen.
And joining us now from Philippi, West Virginia, is Sarah's grandmother, Doris Green. Good morning, Ms. Green.
Good morning.
You were very candid. You said that you felt like if you didn't know him, you didn't have to like him.
That's right.
Do you like him now?
Yes, I do. He's quite a nice man. And once I allowed myself to get to know him and talk to him and have him in my home, I like him.
At what point did you realize that you were not interacting with him because you didn't want to like him? I mean, at what point did you become conscious of what you were doing in your heart?
Well, I guess I knew it all along. But it was something that was devastating to me to begin with, and I had to work through it. Sarah said that she had prayed that her family would accept Eric as her stepfather, and I did too. I did a lot of praying about it.
Why were you so devastated by the idea of an African American in your family?
Probably because of what my friends was going to think, what the rest of the family was going to think. And I've learned since that it doesn't make any difference what they think.
This town hall meeting that's going to be held today to open a dialogue about race relations, do you think that's a good approach? Do you think talking will open the doors?
Well, it certainly can't hurt. I know in our case, praying about it and knowing that if I didn't accept Eric, that there was a possibility that I could lose my daughter and my granddaughter, and I love them dearly.
All right, thank you, Doris Green, for joining us this morning from West Virginia. Next up, they've got your number, but you can stop telemarketers from terrorizing you. We'll prove it when Good Morning America continues.